My name is Kevin McNally. Let's amplify your message on The Kevin McNally Show. Thank you for listening to The Kevin McNally Show. I'm Kevin McNally. The Kevin McNally Show, where having a personality is not a liability. As a young boy, growing up in an idyllic Connecticut town, I had many neighborhood friends that spanned the age groups. I have many fond memories of the fun we all had. We played in the woods with abandon. There was wiffle ball, ghost in the graveyard games, fireworks, tree forts, bocce, turning over rocks, and swimming in the neighbor's pool. I learned a lot from the older boys, for sure. They were a rambunctious group. Because I tended to avoid certain risks, for example, like headfirst diving into the neighbor's pool to see who could do it as close to the wall of the pool on the inside. So you dive off one side and you try to dive as close to the other side wall into the water and then come up really fast right at the wall. They called it a hero dive. Well, I wasn't really into that. I earned the nickname of a German word, Huhn, or das Huhn. Huhn, H-U-H-N. For the record, my brother is the only person I could think of that spoke German at this time, so I do question where this nickname originated. It's pronounced like spoon, but with an H. Huhn means chicken. The older boys thought it was hysterical to call me a chicken in German. I'd hear the screams and the banshee cries, Huhn, anytime I was around. For the most part, it really didn't bother me. The funny thing is, if you've ever spent any real time with chickens, especially roosters, you would know that chickens are far from frightened little feather puffs. Roosters will fight to the death to protect their hens. And hens will absolutely defend their babies from anything. They will chase much larger animals from their space. Roosters are fearless. Fast forward 40 years, and today, I'm a very happy and proud pet chicken dad. By the way, I do have grown human children as well. For reference, feel free to check out @TaylorChickLife. That's the @ symbol, Taylor Chick Life on Instagram. You'll see what I'm talking about. I believe chickens are incredibly misunderstood. There are about 25 billion chickens in the world. Think about that for a second. There are only about 7.8 billion humans on Earth, but there are 25 billion chickens. People often think that chickens are mindless ground peckers. This is hardly the case. Chickens can recognize up to 100 faces, have complex social structures, have incredibly developed day, peripheral field, and color vision. And they are, like I mentioned, extremely protective of each other. Even a blind chicken knows when it's time to go back to their coop for bed because of a special gland on the back of the chicken. Also, because they'll eat almost anything, they keep away lots of critters and crawly things that most people don't like in their backyard. Think ticks, where we live. Their fluffy butts are adorable, and watching them be themselves is incredibly enjoyable. I have had cats and dogs and fish as pets, but I have never had a pet that after 6 years is as excited every single morning to see me as my chickens. When I come out to that coop, they are jumping up and down with happiness. Even though now they're considered old ladies, they jump up and down and go in circles and pace continually until the door is opened and they are let out. My chickens often come when called. Think about that. It's hard. You try getting your cat to come when called. It's rare. My chickens often will come when called. They will sit on me, squeezed under each armpit for an hour at a time at least, and snuggle and often fall asleep. And no, they do not poop on us. What lessons have I learned from owning chickens? Pet chickens. Chickens, like all animals, absolutely live in the moment. They are solely focused on the exact moment that they are living in. It is obvious when you spend time with them. I have long maintained that many of our human problems and our anxieties are from either regretting or rehashing the past or trying to control the future. You can do nothing about the past, and you can certainly not control the future. Most people need to live in the moment more. In other words, they need to be more Huhn-like. Chickens continue and continue to give throughout their lives. I describe having pet chickens in this way when asked. Every day, they bring me more joy than the day before. Now, you may think I'm dramatizing that or making it more, bigger than it is. It's not. Every day, they bring me more joy than the day before. Think about that. How many things in your life can you say that about? My girls are roughly the equivalent of 60 plus years in human years, yet they are still laying eggs, still bounding from their coop with enthusiasm, still maximizing every daylight minute, still sunbathing whenever possible, still living in the moment. I know those days when I was called a Huhn were just boys teasing each other. What I know now is how much of a compliment it is to be a Huhn.